There we go. Yo. Oh man, what's happening? Hold on, let me fix myself here. Let me get myself together. You know what I mean? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. Not so fresh off the gig. I'm sorry I'm late, but sometimes you just gotta make a few extra dollars and you gotta take your time. You gotta be patient. Patience is a virtue. Patience, much like speed, can kill. And if you want to make a killing, you got to have a little bit of patience. All right. And I appreciate y'all being patient with me. Man, welcome. Welcome to the first Friday night live, the first live. I'm sorry, it's Saturday. Dang, I'm off. First Saturday night live of the year 2025. Happy New Year if we haven't talked. You know what I mean? It's time to get into some rap news. But first, before I do that, made in the 1980s. You see it there. You see it there in the corner, right? Made in the 1980s, the podcast. It is up. It is live. First episode of the new year, burning my boats. To learn what that truly means, man, please check out the audio. It's already dropped, as well as the video. Hey, audio drops Friday mornings, every Friday morning. Video Saturday mornings, specifically at 8:15. And salute to my man Wang Dang. And please say the damn doodle. Don't forget it. Okay. He let me know that there was an issue with the full video uploading. So I'm sorry. The audio version is a little longer, just a touch longer than the video, and more of the content I had post produced around it is a part of that episode. But needless to say, you get the main idea of what the episode is about with what has uploaded to YouTube. If you are on YouTube, salute to you if you are on Twitch or on Facebook, listening, watching, viewing this right now. It's time to get into the first week of rap news, man. Pretty light, but since there's no Cat Williams interview, nobody's truly set the first 4 days of the year on fire. So let's talk about what actually exists, right? All right. Yeah, I just to make sure the mic is working, man. I'm sorry. So let's get this going. So first, Drake fighting Irish freestyle. At first, I thought it was fake. I ain't gonna lie to you. Thought it was fake. Why? Because after the year Drake had, 2024, it didn't really make sense to me to see a leak of any kind that's mildly addressing anything. Not mad at the flow, not even mad at the beat selection, but I thought it was potentially AI. I thought it was potentially just somebody playing around the internet, because here's my thought. With the 2024 that Drake had, and if he was not done, if he's willing to run it back, if he is saying all these things, and they went on the clever little promo run of just people that totally loved him and were so anti the other side in every single way, right? If that is truly it, then we need to hear more Venom than that, bro. We need more Venom. We need more firepower. We need more. Sorry, as I just adjust this here, we need more vitriol. We need more bravado. We need more. We're not done. And not only did the Fighting Irish not do that for me, dare I say, unless we hearing just the piece that's the most tame part of that, or if there's no beat switch coming or something like that, Kendrick doesn't even have to acknowledge this. That don't mean nothing. It doesn't. And Drake is in a very new position for him because now he's trying to get out of defense to get back on offense, right? Because Kendrick ran the score up on homie last year. He ran the score up on them. And he keep trying to play defense, but the defense just ain't good enough. And he has to come up with an angle to get back on offense. But I don't think that's possible. He may just have to let this one go, even though he hasn't let Pusha T go. And, I kind of also feel like, dare I say, Drake got a little smoke for Cole. Could be. However, this not getting it done. The Fighting Irish, it's not gonna get it done. He needs better than good. He needs better than his standard. He needs to come out the gate with something way more clever, way more venomous. And to be clear, the Drake style is not the problem. That's not the problem at all. The problem is what the words are. It's the lyrics. There wasn't enough cleverness. There wasn't enough, sharp jabs because you know who you are. It's just a lot of vague reflecting to a degree. And if he wants to continue this into 2025, if he wants us, the audience, to care at a high level, and if he wants to ignite Kendrick and get a response out of him, Fighting Irish ain't gonna get it done. He needs to regroup, or maybe that beat need to be turned up, and I need to hear what happened before it and hear what's happening after it, because that piece right there, it's just okay. It's good Drake rapping, which I personally expect every time. I know a lot of people out there don't expect that. And then question, is he even writing it? Y'all got to show me the verses and the songs that I really care about and tell me he didn't write those. I'm sick of that narrative in general, and we won't rehash it here. We'll just move on. We'll move forward. But Fighting Irish Freestyle, I ain't gonna front. Thought it was AI. Thought it wasn't real. Thought it was a fake. Because hey, he's used it before, and before there was a Drake song, a Drake freestyle that was going viral, and it turns out it was never really his track. But I get it with the video and people seeing like he like writing in the living room or something, like, oh wait, he's probably like writing in the den by the fireplace. No, turn the power off and write in the dark or something, like right like from some point of struggle, like be around some people that think you lost, and then write for me if you want me to care about this in 2025, because for the most part, bro, it's over. It's over. There's nothing left to prove. And we don't want to see this get violent in any manner for anybody. So from a music standpoint, I think this is over. And Drake just gotta chalk it up, bro. He's gotta chalk it up. It's fine. It's fine. People lose battles. I know it looks like the end of the world for people that don't really know much, but don't let that get you messed up. What did y'all think about Fighting Irish? Before I move on, what did you think about the Fighting Irish freestyle from Drake that dropped? Well, the leak, anyway, the leak of it. Again, I think it's okay. It's okay. If it was meant to do something, then that ain't it. Which, hey, I wonder what the B-side is. I wonder what's coming next. That's got to be the softball. And if anything, to me, if it is that softballish, if that's as sharp as he gonna go, then I definitely think that's for J. Cole. Then I definitely think that's for Cole. Because it's kind of on some like, bro, I ain't really feeling this. But you though, I thought we were homies. I thought we were homies. I thought we had a better understanding than this. And that's what it comes across like. He seems just more upset at his friends than really trying to extract revenge on Kendrick Lamar. So we'll find out, of course. He's got to have this dropping or a project dropping, something we haven't heard from old Drizzy. Project wise, it's been a little while for him anyway. You know, no Khaled album to get all in our faces and all of that nonsense. So we'll see what happens. Let's move on. 50 Cent. 50 Cent, one of my favorite people in life and hip hop. 50 Cent, one of the realest and only gangsters in the music industry that we've watched become a 100 millionaire, a multi-hundred millionaire. 50 Cent now has a Vegas residency, and a video is going viral of a woman calling him the worst Vegas performer ever. Well, hold on here. Let's say it right? Because on one hand, you got the lady in her video. But then you have Hot 97 basically kind of like leading the march of like, oh yeah, 50 Cent is the worst Vegas performer ever. And of course, that's not far behind from old Ja Rule, old Jeffrey Atkins rules from adding his two cents, because it ain't over. It's never over. Bro, that's Peter Griffin and the chicken. You know what I mean? 50 Cent and Ja Rule are Peter Griffin and the chicken, man. That's never over. And it just is what it is. But I want to say a couple things about just one, performing in Vegas, and like what is actually happening here, right? So on one hand, you got a situation where 50 Cent, who's just fresh off of the 20-year anniversary of Get Rich or Die Trying, very high grossing tour, got the right momentum. He's already had a piece of a Super Bowl performance, so quiet is kept, very low key. The last 2 to 3 years was 2025 now. So even just 3 years, you're going back to 2022. 50's had quite the run as just performer rise. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been able to put himself into some very cool situations, has some very cool moments, and it translate into high grossing, high profitability for rapping. And this is without a project. This is without him promoting a project. This is without him dropping a new single. Like, he's like, 50's not selling us anything new but TV and cognac. Like, that's what he's been selling. But yet the music has been a pretty good vehicle thus far, right? And I already see they cleaned this up. I had to make sure, because you know what I'm saying, 50 because 50 doesn't take long to address the Hot 97 hate. But so let's move on from that. They're making it clear now that 50 Cent is one of the most influential artists of our time, and Hot 97 loves him. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Whatever. Right. So here's the deal, though, because a lot of times we don't understand what's happening specifically for Black artists of any genre and how it translates to Vegas. There was a time in Vegas where, when you heard about performances, it was always someone white, specifically Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Wayne Newton, and like just people of that ilk, of that cloth. Maybe you might have got a Sammy Davis Jr., but that was for the guys that did like the mobster anthems and just that not quite classical, not quite pop, just that fusion, that Rat Pack sound that was associated with Vegas for so long. And then here comes Usher. Usher, R&B icon at this point, more than a legend. Usher does his show. Skews super urban, but a lot of people of just other white, Latin, Hispanic, Asian, just people just love Usher, right? That show does so well that it becomes a life of its own. All of a sudden, people need to go to Vegas just to see Usher perform. And was that show like about a year, 2 years, maybe something like that, like straight? And now he's taking that show on the road after the Super Bowl performance that he did. The significance of that is Usher doing so well in Vegas makes Vegas say, huh, well, if that works so well, let's see what other crossover acts in the world of hip hop and R&B that we can bring to Vegas. Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang, which I thought we were definitely going to see Wu-Tang when we were in Vegas last year, but their residency was up way before we got there. And I think it's just a test run. I do believe that Wu-Tang is definitely worthy of a Vegas residency because, and just because of a Vegas residency, and because the majority of their crowd is not black. They're just not black. My man Wang checked in you late and it made me like, hey, look, man. Yeah. But hey, I've been on here 17 minutes already, my brother. Where were you? You know what I mean? Yeah. But yes, I had no choice. I didn't leave the place of business until after 8:30. So that sucks in general, right? Um, I was on Usher, Wu-Tang. Now we got 50 Cent, right? So now, with the success of Usher, much like everything, there's no really new ideas here. There's just people trying to get the bag. You know, they're trying to make something else happen. And I'll say that it was very possible for Usher to close the door on Vegas residencies performance wise, but that's not how residencies work. The hotter you make yourself and the more you are established as a legacy act, that actually ups your status. The average person that may not even listen to a lot of rap music knows who 50 Cent is. And then you can say he did an international tour, a global tour for Get Rich or Die Trying's 20-year anniversary. So now you add that together, right? You got that together. It's a no-brainer after he's been a part of one of the more talked about Super Bowls of the last 5 years, right? He's part of the Dre set. Eminem puts him on. Mr. Diamond himself, Mr. Diamond rap album himself, Eminem. That's his cosign for things. If you're ever telling 50 Cent no, just know that Eminem's going to try to push the button and push this through. Then he's doing his own tour. Hell, we saw 50 randomly at Dre's in Vegas. Was that the spot? I think it was the spot. He performed for like an hour there. Coolest, most random thing I ever seen. So now he gets the Vegas residency, and that was probably just the warm up. Here's the deal, though. Although I do think 50 Cent is a good performer, I really do. I think he's actually probably even a really good performer. Based on what we've seen and what we know, 50 Cent may not be the best Vegas performer. Here's the caveat, though. I don't think many rappers are Vegas residency performance ready. I don't think many of them are. 50 Cent is used to thousands of people everywhere. That's why he always doing this. You know what I'm saying? And Jay Uso take it from him. For the arenas, that's an arena move. He's not necessarily the most engaging and personable thing because I mean, look, his debut mainstream album, we're minusing Power of a Dollar here. I know, so y'all, for some of you that really know the first debut album, but the first City Aftermath joint went diamond, bro. It was gold in like a week. 50 Cent's never performed for less than 20,000 people since 2003. So, you know what I'm saying? So now granted, that doesn't mean that he has to be the performer that he is. But if you had a bar of people that you can not be worse than, like better or worse than, there is like an even bar. And I really do believe 50 Cent is on that bar. I think 50 Cent is on that bar. I think Snoop Dogg is on that bar. For what you like for performances, I think Jay-Z is on that bar. The bar of guys that's like, look, I'm commanding the stage. I got the records and I'm going to perform them in the coolest way, but also in the my level of impact, my level of energy, you know. Everybody doesn't capture that. For the longest time, I was like, man, I wish Fab was a better performer, right? Fabulous. Because he really is a little too chill. So he's under that bar for me. I seen him perform with a band and I literally got drowsy. I was like, bro, he gotta pick the energy up here. Um, there's a lot of people are just not great at commanding crowds and being super dope performers. To your point, Wang, about being too gangster, I don't really think that's it. I don't really think that's it, only because I think that 50 is a showman. 50's funnier than we realized. And before he got on Instagram, like we was like, yeah, 50 Cent's funny, but he's downright hilarious. I think the things that make him great and make him peak entertaining, it's just not meant for certain crowds. It's not. Um, but I think he is a standard bearer where like, hey, look, you think you're performing well, but 50 Cent is better than you at performing because it wasn't so mechanical at one point. Like early 50 Cent performances, like when he had Your Life's on the Line and, and all he had was that and Wankster and nobody like, oh, it's the same way Your Life's on the Line. I'm sorry. Um that in itself is like he was doing a lot, but I think he was just trying to ignite people in the audience. You know, that's why there's that infamous scene of them people throwing chairs at him and things like that. No, you know what? Nah, because the thing is, he's performing AO technology. He's performing AO technology. He's performing 21 Questions. He's performing in the club. He's going to perform Candy Shop. He's going to perform. I hope he perform my joint amusement park. Shorty, you ain't gotta take your panties off. Move them to the side. Like he got those. Like I don't think I mean he'll do Many Men because people recognize that even more because Trump came out to it. You know what I'm saying? At this RNC, like he's like 50 Cent set is a lot of the most, hey girl, try ecstasy and blow me music. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of songs for just women and children. Yeah, he has a lot, but like You know, I've never heard him perform Heat live. I would love that. You know, I would love that. I've never heard him perform Don't Push Me. Or I've never heard him perform 50 Shots yet. Problem Child. I haven't. So, you know, he's got the records. I think again, Usher has just raised the bar for what people think they're going to get in Vegas. And while at the same time, the gift and the curse of Usher performing in Vegas, two things. One, now for sure, more artists that we grew up listening to, we being the young black people that are now the black millennials of today that grew up listening to specifically majority hip hop and R&B, a lot of our acts that went platinum, double platinum, whatever. Now they're going to get a chance to be considered for residency, right? That's one. But two, now you will be heavily scrutinized from the people that saw Usher perform in Vegas and wondering why you can't do that too. Choose your hard. Choose your hard. Do you want the choose the hard of damn, I can't get no Vegas residency, or damn, I mean you cool, but your shit wasn't rocking like Usher's. Like that's what you have to run into. I'm sorry if I could talk straight. That's the dilemma you run into. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, he's doing a lot of like joints. Like, hey, Window Shopper gonna get performed. Hey, that's my joint. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg in Vegas again. Hey, what's so wild about Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg is highly entertaining. Snoop Dogg is again another one of our legends that is hilarious. But at the same time, depending on who's your bar as far as performance, he may not be in the upper echelon. Like, unfortunately, y'all, sorry, everybody ain't gonna be Busta Rhymes in this prime on stage. Everybody's not Kendrick Lamar. Hey, look, I was just at um the Drake and J. Cole show February of last year, and I saw two types of performers. I watched Drake come out there and literally look like it cost $1 million to put on that show. And um, you know, everything that came along with that. But then I also saw J. Cole come out there looking like he just left Starbucks, no lights on the stage, and that crowd hung on every single word that man said. And all he used was a spotlight and a mic stand. That's what he had. Meanwhile, Drake had on a Mega Man suit, and he was in a little cage, and he was being airlifted to the 200 section, and he had lasers, and he was playing the damn fairground game with Travis Scott's face or whatever that was. And and people were still like, "Oh my God, J. Cole, yo, he did lights, please." That's what they needed. So it's about the kind of performer you want. Like, what is a good performer? I think we need to start asking ourselves that. Davina's on the right track. Hey, yo, Kanye has great shows. No matter what y'all want to say, positive or negative, about Kanye West, Ye does put on great shows. He does put on great shows. He is one of the elite performers and always has been. There's not too many times where people have matter of fact, I'm gonna say this. I've never heard of or been to a Kanye West show where people have said, one, he mailed it in, or that was one of the worst shows I've ever seen. I've never heard those two things said about Kanye any show at any point in his life. Even that one where he left in the middle of it, they weren't mad because the show was already bad. They were mad because they wanted him to keep going and he left. That was the problem. You know what I'm saying? I was super team gay until he became Ye Kardashian. Yeah. So, you know, it's performing is we got to be careful. See, because you know what two things can't exist? 50 Cent is the worst performer in Vegas, and Wayne should perform at the Super Bowl. We can't say those things. We can't say those things. That's not realistic. That's not the truth. Like, we can't in one breath be like, oh man, 50 Cent is a terrible performer in Vegas, but then like, oh man, Wayne should definitely perform at the Super Bowl. No, that's not how this should go. Like, it's just not how it should go at all. So, do with that as you wish. I have just made the screen on this Joker super huge. And I'm going to try to read y'all comments on the slide. All right. Um, let me scroll down here. Okay. So cool. I haven't missed anybody's comments, but let me bring this over. I hope the camera's not moving at all. And it's just me on my end. So now that we've talked about that, salute to 50 Cent. Hey, listen, I have no slander for 50 Cent ever. He's one of my favorite people in life, in music, and hip hop, and just everything. Everything about 50 Cent he's one of the dopest people that I still want to meet one day, and still want to chop it up with him, or just be in the presence of greatness. I'll be real. Bet. Okay, I appreciate y'all. All right, cool. We're good on the end. That's good. That's all that matters. We'll keep navigating through this because I don't know how to minimize the screen back to where it was. Yeah, but let me see here. Let's move on. Unless y'all want to talk about performers and what have you. But I want to get to Joey Badass. Because I think people maybe got homie a little messed up. So he dropped the Ruler's Back joint. I like it. And it was a dope joint. However, I don't think people are listening correctly to the song. I think people are so starved and hungry for beef. I think people are so starved and hungry to get Kendrick agitated, and they want to see how far it will go. It's almost like we just like let's just see how many kills he can get, right? That this has become Call of Duty for rap fans, right? We want to see exactly how many people, how many MCs must get dissed. Shout to Buckshot, get well, and salute to the boot camp clique, the BCC. Love those guys. But let's be real. That's not a diss. Joey Badass, the Ruler's Back. It's not a diss. It's definitely not a diss to Kendrick. I do want to clear that up. Like, first and foremost, that's not a diss to Kendrick at all. I don't believe that. He says too much West Coast dick licking. You know what? I agree with Davina on this as well. Let's talk about it. Joey's song is equal to Control. I bet Doc took no offense. Yeah, and I don't think he did either. Here's the thing with this, right? When you say something like too much West Coast dick licking, I don't think that's him talking to Kendrick. I think that's him talking to New Yorkers and anybody else who has been all over Kendrick nuts the entire 2025. And I mean, sorry, 2024. I'm sorry, we in 25. And like, yo, I'm just tired of hearing it. Like, he was like, yo, I'm from New York. It's like, and plus, it's also, this is how Jay-Z kicked off 22 Twos. What'd he say? He said, too much West Coast dick licking and too many niggas on the mission doing their best Jay-Z rendition. That's something like what he said, right? And I think that That's fair for him to say, being from New York. And I think Joey Badass is from Brooklyn specifically. I think. And it's a dope record. And I think that we need to restore that feeling too. Pride in where you from. It's, like Kendrick put on for the West and the West showed up. I think Joey Badass is simply trying to put on for the East so the East can show up. We ain't got to turn into no other, madness, and not for nothing, even though I like Joey Badass. And I think he has one of the better catalogs from the people that we're not talking about from this era. I don't think he want no parts of Kendrick on the battle tip, though. You know what I'm saying? But Joey's dope. Joey's super dope. He makes a lot of dope music. So I don't want anybody to get confused in that regard. You know what I'm saying? I think he definitely makes really good music. But yeah, how Dirk say it, this ain't what you want. I don't think a lot of people want that. We're gonna have to really hone in that battle raps and battling face to face versus making diss tracks, those are also two different worlds. Those are two different worlds, and not everybody belongs in both worlds. A lot of people are good to just stand there and trade bars with you. Then there's some guys that are like, well, let me go into the booth, cook something up, and then you're done out here. Very few people have successfully done both at a high clip. Very few. And I know, depending on how old you are, I know you used to battle in the park all the time, and you used to do this, that, and the third, or you freestyling, so it's got to be better. No, that's not how diss tracks work. Sorry, it's just not how it goes. Not how it goes. You just got to sound better than the next guy, and the quicker your output is, the better. But that is that's not I don't think that's to treat people in a bar cup right now. Kendrick's on a hot streak too, man. Yeah, as far as like publicly, Wang, you're right. Joey hasn't been battle tested, but I'm sure, much like many other rappers before him, after him, he's gonna say that he's battled before. Hey, man, hey, look, Lil Flip said he used to battle all the time and rank on people, and that's why he was prepared for Ti. And we see how that went, right? So, hey, it's so wild because Ti won the rap battle and stole on dude. Like that's like, yo, I'm like, I'm just gonna beat you at everything. I'm gonna beat you at everything. I want to beat you at rapping, and then I want to beat you up. So, you know what I'm saying? Um, hey, and I like what Jones has said. Jones has checked in officially because I was just about to go here next. The other problem, and I'm going to bring your comment back up. The other problem with Joey Badass, and why I don't think he dissed Kendrick anyway, but why it wouldn't matter, because Joey's never had the run. Joey's never had the run. He's never had New York in his hand. He has not. And to prove my point, you know who had it? French Montana, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. Hell, we even let Mano and Uncle Murder slide in there. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Or that's what she said. Whichever game you play, right? And then of course there's just far as the young guys, then somehow Drake dominated. Drake and 2 Chainz dominated New York for a minute. So Joey Badass, unfortunately, has never had the run to even speak that way to Kendrick Lamar. If he was dissing, which I don't think he was. So, but I think he's down. He wants to get himself in the mix. He wants to throw his name in the hat. But see, if y'all, and this is even for you, Jones, because as you say about NY don't care about Joy like that, they deride, they think it's gonna get them some attention. It's been that way for over a decade. Here's my thing also. If y'all not even acknowledging Big Sean and Wale and Big Crit as just guys that could even be in this conversation of Big Three and having the run and everything of that nature. Like if y'all glossing over those names, then you can't put Joey Badass ahead of them. Like that's nah, nah, that ain't happening. Sorry, because there's like there can be a terrific 10, and you can even argue just based on the class that Joey ain't in that either. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I forgot about A Boogie and Bobby Schmurder. I forgot about that. Pop Smoke, Young and May. Yeah, hey, yes, yes, Young and May was the guy. Shout out to Sasha. She checked in on the second live. I think. Yeah, let's go. Got you down twice. Davina, hey, yo, he want to rap, putting the spirit back in hip hop. Hey, yes, hey, and thank Kendrick for all of this because I don't think that track comes out the way it do. I think everybody got a chip on their shoulder now, and that's good. That is good. That's actually great. I am happy that rappers want to rap again. Rappers don't want to tweet. They don't want to send screenshots. They don't want to try to expose you. They don't want to try to lay up with your ex-girl. No condom. They really just out here trying to rap. And I'm here for that. I'm here for that. As long as people are out here rapping, I don't care. It's when all the goofball stuff was happening and nobody was writing a rap or even trying to pick out a beat to save their life. They were just like, no, I'm just going to get on live and just call you a bunch of BANs and tell you broke. Or I'm going to send a tweet about, oh man, I thought we was cool. Nah, we back to rap. That's what we've been here for. So, and thank Kendrick for that because even with all the internet games, he just kept rapping. And Drake now needs to rap. And he needs to rap better than what we heard on that Fighting Irish if he wants to get our attention. And I think that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna let I'm gonna let Jones comment rock because he wilding. Oh, Jones is crazy. But yes, Chi-Town in the building. We got a little bit of Chicago in here. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, hey, shout out to New York. I check my analytics. New York is the #1 market that supports me, so I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna come to New York. You dig? I'm gonna come out there and I'm gonna try to show y'all some love and maybe do some content out there, man. We gotta do something. But yeah, too many people are in Joey Badass way for him to, you know, the ruler's back again, man. I love high self-esteem in hip hop. I love it. I love when the artists come through and they stake their claim about who they are, what they do, and how they give it up. I'm here for that. But you know, part of being the ruler is making sure that you've really been ruling at one point. Sorry. You had to be ruling at one point for the ruler to be back. And even though Joey had a lot of critical acclaim, he was never the guy. He was never the guy in New York. And it's disappointing. And I guess we can blame marketing or whatever, because for all things considered, Joey, Pro Era, and all of that, it got lost in the mix. Joey and ASAP Rocky actually got the same problem. They had the same problem. Well, the ASAP Miles problem was the guy that was the most loved, didn't rap, and he died early. But then Ferg started making better music than Rocky, so that made it a little difficult too. But in the perfect world, Joey, Rocky, and Ferg should have been one group, whether you want to call them Pro Era or ASAP Mob, whichever one, and Yams. They should have all been one crew because that would have been the best of everything. Because I'm not And forgive me for not knowing any of the other gentlemen that were in pro era. I know his man's, I'm going to say his man's that passed, um, or that self transition. I'm going to throw him in that mix too. But I think they become stronger in just that respect if they're all a unit, because it's hard to be a one man army. It's really hard to be a one man army. And I think, I mean, hey, look, we look at OVO. Look, OVO is having that problem right now. The other problem that Drake is going to run into is that once his clip is empty, there's nobody coming back. You're going to call Party Next Door? No, shut up. It's not happening. Oh, yeah, hey. Yeah, yeah. Hey, and Joey got leapfrog Brock Israel as well. And that's hey, look, check out Joey's catalog if y'all haven't, like with All American Badass and the joint with Falling for You on it. He has some really good projects. He has some dope projects out. It ain't just that 1999 and that 2000. It ain't just those, man. He's got some heat, but New York is not behind it enough, unfortunately. And I do, yeah, Drake clip is empty. It is. And unfortunately, nothing can save him now. Because the thing is, if you were to ever engage in fisticuffs, if it was ever a situation where, Kendrick did want to tag out, dog, he can call J Rock. Jesus. He can call Schoolboy Q, Absol, um, D Smoke, even though that's not really, no, yeah. But Isaiah Rashad, like, there's just other dudes that can really rhyme. He could call Doshi technically. Like, yo, Drake signed McConan, bro. It's just not, it's just not good. It's just not a good thing. It's not a good outcome. That's not good. You dig what I'm saying? So you know, I'm mindful of that, as I'm sure as well. Mr. Graham is mindful of that as well. But nah, I think that's just people wanting a little more blood, as Cole would say. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting LeBron now. Yeah, hey, Davina, he don't want that problem. He he want to be he mad at everybody that can't rap, don't rap, or won't rap. And that's why I don't want to hear fighting Irish. I don't care that you feel a way about LeBron doing it. I understand it from a personal aspect, but bro, now that's the stuff you need to clear up on the internet. You can send some memes about that. You know what I'm saying? But you you can't keep talking uh to the guys that don't rap, and then want us to think that you're capable of even surmounting some kind of offense to make us tip the scales on this. I just don't think it is. Hey, perfectly said. Well, shut up if you don't want that problem. If you don't want that problem, shut the hell up. He needs to get himself far the F up out of here and do the best that he can. Let's tackle what Jones talking about. My guy Jones. I think all of the NYC cats transition away from rap too soon, or only had one single or project to stand on. Cardi B included. Um, yes. Let's blame Drake for this, right? And I'm not doing it just because that's just the thing to do this year, right? Or last year going into this year. Somehow the game got switched when Drake came in, because it went from we went from the Hot 16 era to the I got a hot joint, I'm the hottest in the streets era, to then the yo, I gotta call dude because he got hits. Somehow we got into that. And I blame Drake for it because he was the guy to either rap and or sing on the hit song. So you build some false bravado, you build some false ideology. You're not really hot. You're just on the song with the hot guy. And, you know, Jones, to your point, everybody was like, yo, they only had one singular project. But what was the thing? He got one. I got one. And that's all they felt they needed, just to get one. And with that, they felt game is on. I mean, look, Mims did it, you know. Who else? I wasn't trying to just attack him. I was trying to think of other New Yorkers. We thought French Montana only had one, but then he showed up with like 7 more. You know, so there's Red Cafe. Oh, I got one. But looking back, and salute to Red Cafe, respect to Red Cafe. He had New York anthems. He didn't have nationwide bangers. That he didn't have that. Designer, thank you, designer. You know, it's it's just a very New York kind of gave they spot away because they believe the hype and we can't get along. So let's just work with all the Atlanta people and Drake. That's kind of what happened. You know what I mean? Um, you know, all these reasons that you got, Jones, the real talk, it helps the music. They just gotta make it. They just gotta make the music. You know, there is now with everybody looking for the viral moment or looking for the big break, so to speak, in an effort to transition out of the game, the mindset needs to be switched for the actual real artist. So the real artist, what they need to do is once they get scorching hot, drop the music. Now, you know what I'm saying? Don't drop the music, build a buzz, then go do some stuff. No, do that and then come right back to the music if that's what you want to do. Again, we also live in this era where I'm gonna make a record or we about to get a hit is the same as, hey, I just started working at McDonald's at 16. You know what I mean? So, you know, we appreciate it. Hey, I got some great news. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I got something special coming for y'all. I'm glad you made it over to YouTube. Listen, I got something. I don't even want to give it all away, but I am doing some giveaways. I'm about to cook up. We're about to make this look real nice, real cool, real sexy, and I'm gonna really reach into my Apple wallet and I'm going to do some very cool things for all of you. Hit that subscribe on that YouTube. No cap. We'll talk about it soon. Yeah, a designer, panda. And oh, what's my man Fresher? Wait a minute. Like, hey, a lot of people just had New York anthems. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like meanwhile, Future's making hit records. And that's the difference. A hit looks like a hit until you see the guys that actually got the hits. Drake and Future collab because they were the guys that everybody was calling for hits. It didn't matter where you lived. And that, I think, stole the thunder. And of course, you know, even though all the labels are in New York, all the labels in New York, are now still flying down to Atlanta and saying, you need to work with these guys because they got the joints. So, there's that. My dog, Red Cafe, was too busy at the freak offs to get any real traction. Hey, you know what? What do you prefer? Let's do a would you rather. Would you rather have hit record and just clean away from the controversy that's arrived in the last year? Or would you want to be the guy who got the local anthems that play at the freak offs? Assuming nobody was abused or wrongfully drugged, can't lie to you. I want to see what it looks like when your song come on at the freak off and the girls know it's you. I want to see it. I want to see it. I'm sorry. I want to see it. Yes. And shout to Kendrick for this. Like I said on the album review, if y'all have not, go check it out. I reviewed Kendrick's GNX and Snoop Dogg's Missionary. If that album brings back regional sound, I'll call it a classic. It's gotta do it. Come on now, you gotta answer. You gotta answer. Hey, do you want the nationwide hit or do you want the song that ring off at the freak offs? Which one? Because either way, you potentially got a classic on your hands. Either way. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Again, assuming that nobody is wrongfully harmed or drugged, like I want to hear my joint at the freak off, bro. I want to hear it and be like, yo, that's you? Yeah, that's me, sweetheart. That's me. Oh shoot. Well, let me let me get the twister warmed up. Oh Jesus, let's get it. So that's how personally how I feel. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. That's how I feel. 6ix9ine would have been the guy if he wasn't an asshole. That's pre-snitching. See, hey, look, you know what? I totally disagree with this, Jones. And dare I say this? Here's my conspiracy theory on Tekashi 6ix9ine. I really do think that the jig was just up on the music. And that's what got the crimes exposed. I really do. Cause that wasn't it, bro. That wasn't it. Pick some dope beats, love the energy, but those songs were not it, man. No, that wasn't the joints that was going to transcend outside of New York like that. I just didn't see it happening. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You got so look, you want to get the A and B selection. You want to be from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I hope he's hiding wherever he is. Hey, because you know what? Hey, and look, hey Jones, perfect situation here. And I'm glad Sasha here, she said this. If 6ix9ine was really the guy, the slaps will still be coming, bro. The slaps will still be coming. Gunna did it. And there were other superstar rappers speaking out against even working with him, and he did it. He did it. Like, nah, we know that the songs weren't it, but didn't New York? Oh, they definitely knew. NYC is desperate for a mainstream star. Yes, hey, listen, all correct, right? But they knew that. They knew that. That's why all of his features were with everybody on the same level as him at the time, you know? Um, you gotta and I know 50 Cent was gonna stand next to him, but at that time, musically, 50, ice cold, ice cold, because he wasn't trying. Because their project, what, a year or two before that was Kid Kid, and they put him on the G Unit album. They replaced him with Buck. They replaced Buck with him. I'm sorry. You gotta, the slaps are the slaps, no matter what your personal life is. We prove it every day. Every day we prove this. So no, Takashi was never it. He was never it. And that, man, and now it proves, because now if he was really making the slaps though, I'm talking about the joints. He ain't gotta, he could totally go Flow Rider. He could totally go Nelly or Ja Rule if he was really that nice with it. But he's not. He is not. Meanwhile, Gunna checked out of what, Fulton County, um and went to the lab. Everybody calling him a snitch. Everybody talking about what they not gonna do, how they can't work with dude, how he not this, that, or whatever. And meanwhile, he made bigger records and everybody talking about him. And was like, okay, guess let me just go to this let me go to the arena in Georgia and do a show because it's sold out. Y'all deal with that. The slaps are the slaps, bro. And you know, people want to chalk it up to the era, but no, it's just people in general. It's just people in general. Once you make hit records, hey, look, remember when we thought Rick Ross' career was over when that correctional officer photo came out? Then Teflon Don came. Slaps are the slaps, bro. At the end of the day, we're here for the music. I'm too grown to be trying to push weight, bust guns, and go to prison. So whatever, bro. It is what it is. They didn't get a chance to, because 6ix9ine wanted to be an asshole. If he wasn't, he'd be Casanova. Hey, and look how that worked out for him. He wouldn't even spitting 16 bars per song. Again, the slaps really got to slap. They really got to slap. Rap is still an art form. Art, and I respect everybody's artistry. But see, these are like hustler rappers, you know, like when I used to get offended when Jeezy and the gang used to say, yo, I'm not a rapper, I'm just a gangster who know how to rap, I'm just a hustler who decided to rap. It's like, man, but you're making good music though. Let's not like gloss over that. You know, you gotta at least have some kind of passion for music and musical ability to do some of the stuff y'all doing. I think it's cheap when you say things like that. It's okay to be a hustler. It's okay to, you know, be gangster or whatever. And it's okay to, you know what I'm saying, use rap as a vehicle, but don't act like you truly don't respect the art form. Don't truly act like you don't really love it, because it's on the flip side is when Nas said hip hop is dead, Jeezy was the first one that took offense. and he was like, oh, y'all saying that just because the South got it? He was like, well, you the one talking about you ain't no rapper. How hip hop gonna live without the rappers and the break dancers and the DJs and the graffiti artists? How's it gonna live? So it must be that everybody want to hustle and just decide to rap to launder the money, right? Again, that's why Nas is the greatest. Another conversation for another day. All right. Yeah, hey, potentially, could be right. Could be right. I'm thinking the Tommy Richmond kid is a plant, but he messed up his own growth though. That song was weak anyway. Man, this has been a blast. I'm trying to think. What else do we need to cover? First week of rap news. There's not much going on. Hey, matter of fact, real quick, before we get up out of here, who do y'all want to hear from this year? Music-wise. It could be album, tour, whatever. Who you want to hear from? I know everybody gonna say, don't tell me Kendrick at the Super Bowl. Don't tell me that one. Tell me something new. Yeah, my allergies is going crazy. Yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, this is what happens, Jones. This is what happens when your song is crossing over to urban and pop, and you go out of your way to say you're not hip hop. Okay, well, pull that record. See, see how far this goes on Kiss and B96. Well, Billie Eilish is tearing up shit over there. Hey, he did it to himself. He did it to himself. He must not read the pop charts. And who was on those? I was like, you know, Taylor Swift dropped this year, right? Are you talking about you not hip hop? This is how you get in charting, bro. Beyonce gave you a break. She said this is a country album. Like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, and then Kendrick just decided, hey, yo, I hate the biggest rapper in the world. So now you can't get the number one. Now you can't get back to one now. See? You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, shout out to the B. Shout out to the B. Oh, man. All right, okay, Cole, JID, Crit, and the clips. You still waiting on your man Crit, huh? Waiting on Critter, huh? That Clips album, though, if it's really coming out this year, I need in. I need it. I need in straight up because I can't wait to see that. Matter of fact, I do encourage y'all because I'm going to do the same. Go back and listen to those No Malice albums, those gospel albums. And my cousin who loves like super gutter gangster music, like he liked the music that people really dying over, and even he was like, "Yo, that No Malice, it's hard." He was like, he ain't in the streets no more, but he rapping like like, but it's just about God. But he rapping like the streets can come out. I'm like, I gotta check some more of it out. I heard a couple joints and he was flowing. The flow is again, the rappers can still rap no matter what. So, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, let me see. What we got here? Kate, I did it for the Cash App card people and not Amex. I brought my ticket on pre-sale and can't wait till March. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, hey, yo, if that clips is on the way, I'm here for it. If that clips is on the way, I'm here for it. It's overdue. I was really trying to think. I don't want to put nobody on the clock to drop no music. I just want to hear some fire music. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I don't care who drop it. I'm still catching up. Heard a lot about Corday's album. I may be able to listen to it for a review for this coming Tuesday. Reminder, music reviews are on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. Most likely in the evening because I like to try to listen to it one more time before I go live as I'm making my notes. Spoiler alert, Muddy Waters 2, the Redman album. That's going to be the one I'll do the review on. I'm going to give October London the pass. If y'all seen my last live, you'll know why. And if I got time, I don't want to rush the Corday because I think it's going to be a pretty long project. Because the Redman is a long project, so that might just be a standalone by itself. But look forward to this year, man. Look forward to the content. Look forward to talking with y'all. Please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell as I go live. I'll be going live more this year, more than ever. And plus, y'all want to be in tune with the giveaway. Giveaways, plural. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you, like I'm doing the giveaway when I hit 250 subscribers, 500, 750, 900, and 1,000. And I'm going to put all of you in a pot. and we gonna stir up the pot, and boom, prizes, real tangible prizes, not just no shout outs, not just no birthday shouts. Um, I'm gonna give tangible things. Some of it may be even merch from my site, free, free to you. You know, I got some other prizes. Again, tangible gifts, and I hope you guys stick around. You know what I'm saying? Let's close out with that right there. Let's close out with that right there. Yes. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, you might just get yourself a couple extra votes to win a prize from what we got coming up for the Camp from the Port channel. But so thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Sasha. You are greatly appreciated for that. Thank you. And let's end here. 2025 rap gotta be epic. Or it's gonna be epic. 2024 was great. Complete cosign on that. Yes, this is how I definitely feel. And I think we're in for a really good year. I think we're in for a really good year. And as long as the music keeps coming and we are thoroughly entertained and art is at the forefront, I think, man, we won't lose. Us, the consumers, the fans, the listeners that get inspired when we hear dope music, man, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Well, that's it for me. It's 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? This was Patreon. Keep the conversation going about those anthems at that party. But it's not, so we won't. I appreciate y'all though for tuning in. Thank you very much for staying up this late with me. Saturday nights, I'm gonna make it a thing. I like the energy on Saturday nights on the live. So we're gonna keep this going. Until next time, though, just know that always and consensually, it's love.